In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use a bunch of different little features of Final Cut that are going to make you more effective at using it and also add a little bit of polish to your music video project. So, I've got a clip in here. This is just a small example clip. And the first thing I want to do is I want to show you how to deal with some of these tools. And you'll be okay with some of these already from working with your kinetic text piece. So let's go to the Select tool. And at the beginning here, I'm going to zoom in, Command plus again to zoom in. I'm going to play my clip for a little bit.
Okay, you're on.
And I want to cut out that section where he says, okay, you're on.
Okay, you're on.
And I can see the waveform peaking right here where he speaks. And there's two ways I can do that. I can click, if I mouse over to the edge of my clip here, I can adjust the beginning and the end time, release, and then it now starts there. Or I can go in with the blade tool, and that you push B to select the blade tool, A for select tool, B for blade tool. And between those two tools, you can do pretty much everything. I'm going to just go to my spot here, and I'm going to click there. Now, see how it sort of jumps to that line there when it gets near it? That's because snapping is turned on. You can turn snapping off there, and now you can see I can become very close to that. It won't do that. I can push the letter N on the keyboard like New Jersey, and that will turn snapping back on and turns it on and off. Okay, so I can just click there, split the clips in two, click A, click on that, and then hit delete on the keyboard. Now I want to cut off a little bit at the end too, where I start looking at the camera and walk away. So I just drag my playhead back and forth to right before or to right when I'm not looking at the camera. And let's see here. Get rid of that. Okay, I just want that to go away. But I'm getting distracted. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, so come back down here. Go to the spot where I am not looking at the camera there. That's like where I look away from the camera at that point. And I'm going to go with B. Click, split that, go to A, click, delete that, okay? Now, another way to scrub is you could turn on video and audio scrubbing. This is audio scrubbing, so when I move this back and forth, if you can kind of hear that, you can place the audio, and video scrubbing allows me to just drag the mouse over the video and it changes that. Now I can turn that off, and when I go here, nothing happens. I can just scroll with the playhead. Okay, so I got my clip trimmed, and that's basic trim tools, which are great. You've also got your range selection tool, which you can drag over a certain section of the film, right? Which is useful, and then you can hold down Option. No, range selection. Let me go to my select tool. Oh. Ooh. Copy. Okay, I could do a Command C and Command V to like copy just a certain range, a certain piece of it. Another thing, if you want to make a duplication of a clip, you want to make multiples of it, click on the clip, hold down the Option key on the keyboard, and drag it out. And you can see now I've got two of those clips. Okay. Now this is footage for a green screen, and I can go into my effects here, and I want to go into keying and drag on my keyer, which we covered this in a previous tutorial. So I'm just going to do this real quick on these. Actually, I'm just going to work with just one clip. But if you want to make copies of a clip, which frequently you will, hold down Option and drag them out. Okay, I'm going to just go in here and crop this really quick. And I'm going to just do a sloppy crop, just so I can move on. Okay, got that? And now you can see I'm isolated. Everything's all good with that. Now, in addition to keying under effects, you've got a bunch of other cool effects. You got tiling, right? You can put this kaleidoscope on here, and this gives you that crazy kaleidoscope kind of effect where I'm running through that. I'm going to undo that. You can tile. Again, some of these will be really good for like a music video kind of thing, where you got that kind of repeated pop art kind of look to it. Stylize, you can get these different kind of pretend art looks. This makes it look kind of like a, so like it's a comic book or something, right? You've also got audio effects, and you want to be careful with these. These are really easy to go overboard with, but you can give it some reverb if you want to make it kind of echoey, or you can yeah, you can kind of make it sound like a robot with some of these, which can be useful if that's part of the film you're trying to do. Okay. Also, you got your retime menu here, and retime is really important. If you select the clip and you want to speed it up, you can go down to Retime Editor, and now I've got these handles here, these green handles, and when I click and drag it faster, it becomes blue. If I click and drag it slower, it becomes this orange, right? And you can see now at 78%, it's a little bit slower. You can also hear the audio has been slowed down. So the footsteps are lower pitch, where if I speed it up, you can hear the footsteps are going to be higher pitch. All right, now you can adjust that if you click in here. Is it right here? No, it's in here. You can deselect preserve pitch, and it'll actually try to just rate stretch it without changing the pitch. And it works up to a certain degree, but then it starts to sound a little bit like buzzy. Okay, so you can speed it up. You can also click on the clip, go in here, and you can reverse the clip. And now the clip runs backwards, which also might be something you want to do. Okay, what else? We've got distortion. Distortion is fun. If you want to make this look like a fake earthquake is happening. See, it's got that kind of buzzingness to it. All right. Let's go ahead and reverse the clip again to make it forward. Okay, and it's got that earthquake effect down here. Makes it look like I'm shaking, right? If you want to edit your effects, you've got your inspector here. Just going to make sure your inspector is open, and you can see the effects show up when this video tab is selected, and they're at the top in this case. I can go in here and I can actually turn on and off the specific effects with these little blue boxes. I can turn the earthquake off, or I can also just click on it and delete it if I no longer want it. Let's try putting on a fisheye. Get this kind of bulgy fisheye lens look. All right, a little bit of distortion. Okay, so these are some kind of fun effects you can use in the process of creating your music video. Let me show you one more thing. I'm going to show you transitions. And for a transition, I need to have 2 clips. And they've got to be on the primary timeline, the main storyline here, which is the bottom. If you have clips that are like stacked above each other, they're not going to work with the transitions. So I'll put these next to each other. And, you know, typically this would be between 2 different clips. And then you click over here, and you've got these different transitions, and you can just mouse over them to see a preview of what they're going to look like. And some of them are kind of cheesy, but they can be fun. Let's use the clock. Let's drag that out and just drag it to between them where you see it's got that kind of overlaps on both of them a little bit. Release the mouse, and now you see it did the wipe, and now we just saw it in that one area. I can just click on it and delete it if I would like. No, can I not? Click on it and delete it. Yep, and that just gets rid of it. Try some of the other transitions. There's a whole bunch of different transitions that can be kind of experimented around with. All right. One final thing I'd like to show you. You can add sound effects in here. You're already good with titles and everything like that. So what we're going to do is we are going to look at sound effects. If you click on this here, Final Cut Pro Sound Effects, you can open that up. There's also some in this iLife folder as well. And you can choose different folders here, different categories, and then you can click on that and you can preview them. It takes a second for them to load sometimes. Okay, chickens, right? You get dogs barking, and stuff like that. You got explosions, you've got gunshots, sound of running water, clapping, anything you can really imagine. You got all kind of really great sound effects at your disposal here. And when you're ready to use the one that you find, say I want to use this sound, I'll just take it, drag it right out into my timeline, and it behaves just like a little clip. And then when I play, all right, it just plays back. So these are, again, a bunch of little basic, different little techniques you can use with Final Cut that will make your music video better. Thanks for watching.